Before through the years, if Kittle were to have gained weight, probably a substantial amount of weight, I mean, could he have been a really good offensive lineman?
Good question. George has a character trait that doesn't lend to offensive line play sometimes. He's wild, man. He's crazy. He's fighting. I'm not saying offensive lineman, just like a D lineman doing O lineman. There's just a little bit of a calmer. There's a lot going on. There's a little bit more thinking. And George is a very smart football player. I'm not saying that at all. I think George would be. Yeah, George could have been a good offensive lineman. He would have had to crowd him in a lot, though. He definitely. He loves to block. He's a physical player. Obviously, would have to put a lot of weight to do that. But he definitely has a great block skills and a great attitude about being a good blocker. It's really important to him.
Dumb question, but I mean, when he doesn't play, how big a deal is that to the run game?
Big, really big, and our the we filled in obviously behind him, but they're not. I'd say last year when Charlie was there, Charlie was much more of a blocking tight end. We filled in now, and not our other guys aren't as much a blocking tight end. So George really holds up his end of the deal on that. The other guys are more move guys and do a nice job with all that. They're more apt to be able to line up in the backfield and do that, where Charlie was less likely to do that, where Charlie was more of an inline and true Y type player if you're going to categorize him any certain way. So it makes a big difference if George isn't out there.
The discussion this week is with the offensive line in flux. Like, how do you protect Brock Purdy? But how much does Brock have to help your guys out as well? Because they're so new to this, or some of them will be so new.
Yeah, and obviously this week we've got a huge challenge in front of us with the team coming in, a great football team, a good defense, and as I've said before, I think sacks, pressures, hits, it's a team thing. That sounds like the line coach deferring, and I've told the story before that I got chewed out for it by Monty Kiffin a long time ago. I'm not deflecting. We have our responsibility, but so does, hey, the ball should have been thrown on the first hitch. The ball should have been thrown as soon as his back foot hit. The first read was open, or the first read busted. So Brock had nowhere to go with the ball, so then he has to try to get to 3, 4, 5, and then the pocket breaks down. Well, is that the pocket? Is it the first receiver who would have been wide open but busted? Was it the quarterback misses the read? It's a hot throw and he gets sacked. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? It's endless as to what could happen in a play, and then all of a sudden the ball gets tipped and there's interception. And so all those things fit together to say whose fault is it. Every play stands alone. It's really hard to say. Obviously, when a guy gets beat one-on-one, we all can see that. He gets beat and he sacks the quarterback or hits the quarterback and causes a problem. So it's a team goal always, and I'd say this week it's imperative that everybody else be on point to pick up the slack, or we do things to possibly help the guys on the edges if we can, the new guys that we have started in throughout the line.